Before I start, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High God of Israel. And this is my second attempt to upload my story, my book that I've been writing. I got struck by YouTube because could be because of the use of the N word, and they had some nudity, a little bit. This is not a children's book, so I'm just gonna try to be just as cautious of my words. My daughter's 13. She listens to rap music and they say the N word repeatedly on YouTube. But for some reason, I'm knocked by using simple terms that we hear every day, the N word. And this is just my book that I'm gonna try to upload. And if anyone does come to my page, I get very few viewers. And if anybody does view it, could you please give me a thumbs up or just tell me something? Just write anything in the comment board so I can continue my work. If not, I may just not do this anymore because I don't have any followers. So this is the book based on my fictional story of a town called Ratlin, Texas. So let's get into it. The settlers came in, and the U.S. government said that they can take over this land. Here are our settlers up here on top of the ridge, on the mountain up here. They can see down this beautiful land, this beautiful lake, and even a ocean going out there. They see the Indians sitting over here, but what they don't see is this little house sitting here. Okay, so the American government gave them a wagon load of rat poison. Instead of saving the rat poison, they used the rat poison to poison the water. So when the water was poisoned, the Indians got sick and they were able to go in there and easily take over the land, not even seeing the cave that was over here. So this was the house, and this was his wine cellar. He had a door right here that he can walk into town and just be anywhere he wanted to be. All of the Indians and all the people lived in peace with the rats. But the town people got so angry because the black man had his house sitting above the town. People would come from miles around and try to get up to that house to kill the black guy. So they had a sheriff that would stand guard. This was the only map that they had. One road led to the forest, one road led into the wilderness, into a desert, the Badland, and one road rolled into a river. They called it the River of Death. So the miners found the mine, and they would go down into the mine. They would see their friends' drunken heads, but they went down there anyway. They saw the little bitty Indians that were down there, and look, they had a little homes and houses and everything, and they would fight the miners down there trying to intrude on their little land they had down there. But that never stopped the miners from going down in there, even though they had millions and millions of rats. But that gold fueled them to go down into that mine looking for the gold because they were greedy. When you came into town, you saw the sign that said reward 5,000 gold coins. And then it says, why Jesus? Please kill that, we can't say. And then it's an apple tree, but it says no eat. Don't eat the apples because it was a mass grave right there. So no one was supposed to eat the apples. But the miners never stopped going down into the mine. Even there were traps everywhere. The rats would be after the miners. So the miners saw the gold, but the rats were waiting for them every time. Just look at this man. He lost an arm and a leg. The little Indians lived under the ground in their home, and there was a lake of fire down there. That's how come they were in control of everything, because the fire they controlled. They lived down there for so many generations. But the miners wouldn't stop going there. Even if they got their balls shot off, they were still going down there. Even they saw the shrunken heads. The gold was so shiny and beautiful that they would risk their life. Those little Indians had their traps set. The little Indian is saying, "You got me," but he missed. When he shot, the other little Indian shot him in the leg with a poison dart. And remember, the Indians was in control of the fire, so they regularly set the miners on fire. And they would be little bitty Indians dancing around everywhere, running and setting the miners on fire. Here you go. He's just screaming, "Ah!" Just when he thought he had the gold, those little Indians ran out of everywhere shooting arrows and lighting him on fire. So every time they try to get out of the mine, what does he say? "Oh, don't shoot. We're not the N-word." But they look like they're in blackface, so they said, "Shoot them up, boys." Shot them all up. So the rats were very intelligent. When the miners would be seeing the gold, they'd have a trap, fall into the pit, but they kept coming. Even though there were monsters down there in the mines, they didn't care. They would go into parts of the mine where they saw all kind of things down there. He said, "Hey, Sheriff, what's that down there? That thing is floating in the air. And look at them little Indians sleeping down there." The sheriff said, "Let's get out of here. Don't wake them up. Because if you wake them up, they're going to kill us." And they had fresh water. They had a flying machine. Then one day, that was one of the nights, they said that they couldn't deal with the man anymore. I can't say the N-word because they're going to strike me again. So the Klan came in, and this is what happened. They saw a ghost of all the Indians they killed when they took the town. All of the ghosts of the Indians came up. Can you see Planet Hill had passed by there? Something was passing by. And when that night when they came, it wasn't just a full moon. It was a blood moon. All of the Indian ancestors, the ghosts came out. And the sheriff said, "Oh my gosh, I killed you, boy. You're a ghost. You can't kill a ghost." All the town people were sad because they couldn't kill the black guy. And the Indians would catch the miners in their trap. They'd shoot them with their dart and would shrink their heads. That didn't stop the people from coming to the mine. They were racist, evil people. They wanted the Indians dead. But the Indians kept setting them on fire because the Indians were the one that was making the matches. There were plenty of cowboy ghosts too. He said, "Stop right there, you churn. I'll kill you." And the others, they just say, "Just don't worry about him. He's dead." And then they would say that they wasn't dead. They'd say they'd blow their heads off. But the kids just kept walking. But not all the ghosts were dead. This miner thought sure he would got into a chamber. He had all that gold over there, but the rats got him. And they kept taking little bitty bites. And he kept on saying, "Help, help me, help me." But nobody can get to him. He was locked in the chamber, and the rats would just eat him and eat him. This man tried to tell the archaeologist, he said, "I'm a ghost. Don't touch the mask." The kid said, "Sir, Mr. Archaeologist, don't touch the mask." He just told him to shut up. And the mask was going into a museum, but as soon as he touched the mask, his head blew off, his eyes blew out. The mask had some kind of electromagnetic power. But in Ratland, only thing they want you to do when you come to town is drink rat pee beer. And I'll tell you something, You can have a good time in Rattling. You can shoot and kill or do anything you want. The cowboys kept saying, I can't shoot him. He said, let me help. He said he keeps spinning around. What can I do? So he kept shooting and shooting. Couldn't even shoot the little Indian. And the rats were everywhere. That's how come, if you notice, all of the cowboys got on rat killer boots. And then when you go down in the mine, be careful. Them little Indians are pretty crafty. She said, hold it. But he shot his eye out and shot him down dead. If you come to Rattling, get a nice cold glass of rat pea beer and enjoy your day. Go to Ma's. What we got to cook at Ma's? We have some pig heart breakfast links, rat tail soup, pig snout soup, red lentil pottage. Esau loves that one. And wild boar butt sausage, boar gut chips. So you share your lunch with rats, and then you go to Ma's, and Ma will cook you up a nice big fat steak. There's a lady in the window. Ma, give us a couple more steaks. The rats were so big, that's all the meat they had. Be careful down in the mine. You get your head blown off by a coon. Them coons ain't your friend. Those are just same, can't say it, but that's, the N-word. You go down in the mine, you're looking for gold, you might run into the Rat King. You don't want to run into him down there. You're not coming back. And then we had our, what do you call that? Oh no, come on. Lisa Caveira's always talking about them. Your Karens. These are the Karens of the Old West. And the little girl is saying, Ma, why don't you just kill him, Ma? Kill it. Ma said, oh shit, I got a phone call.